Question 1 to 2. Read a text aloud. In this part of the test, you will read aloud the text on the screen. You will have 45 seconds to prepare. Then you will have 45 seconds to read the text aloud.
Begin preparing now.
Good morning, college graduates, listeners, in weddings. Forecast today is supposed to be a beautiful sunny day. Anticipate moderate dresses.
Begin reading aloud now.
Good morning, college graduate listener. In weather forecast, today is supposed to be a beautiful sunny day. It's a great day to study outdoors, go to a cafe shop, or walking in the park. We anticipate a moderate breeze with clean wind, while in the sunshine.
Supposed.
Today is supposed to be a beautiful sunny day. It is a great day to study outdoors, go to a coffee shop, or walking into the park. With
Anticipate. Anticipate.
we anticipate a moderate race. Anticipate
Moderate.
Moderate. Moderate.
moderate,
Moderate. Breeze.
breeze,
Breathe. Breathe. Breeze. Good morning, college radio listeners. In weather forecast, today is supposed to be a beautiful sunny day. It's a great day to study outdoors, go to a coffee shop, or walking into the park. With at least a best moderate breeze will make peaceful winds while in
Begin preparing
the
now.
sunshine. Good morning, college radio, college. Good morning, college radio listener. Good morning, college radio listeners. In weather forecast, today is supposed to be a beautiful sunny day. It's a great day to study outdoors,
Begin preparing.
go to a coffee shop, or walking into the park. With participate a moderate breeze which will make peaceful winds while in the sunshine. Good morning, college radio listeners. In weather forecast, today is supposed to be a beautiful sunny
Begin preparing now.
Medical speech. Lastly, provides a week. Speech. Brief interview is partially conducted hundreds of interviews habitants that will be serving.
Begin reading aloud now.
Thank you for inviting me to speak at this month's medical care conference. Before I begin my speech, let me provide a brief interview. In the past, I conducted hundreds of interviews with doctors, patients, and other hospital staff. I will be sharing a few things I noticed about how hospitals can provide the best medical treatment to their patients.
inviting,
Inviting. Inviting. Thank you for inviting me to. Thank you for inviting me to speak at this month medical care conference. Medical medical
medical,
medical medical med medical medical. This month's medical care conference. Before I begin my speech, let me provide a brief interview. Brief,
brief,
brief, brief. Before I begin my speech, let me provide a brief interview. In the past years, I conducted hundreds,
hundred,
hundreds,
hundred,
hundreds. I conduct hundreds for interviews with doctors.
patient,
Patients, bases,
patient,
bases. Bases, bases, bases. Okay. Doctor, patients, and other hospital staff. I will be stating a few things I noticed about how hospitals can provide the best medical treatment to their patients. Okay?
Begin reading aloud now.
Thank you for inviting me to speak at this month's medical care conference. Before I begin my speech, let me provide a brief interview. In the past years, I conduct hundreds for interview with doctors, patients, and other hospital staff. I will be sharing a few things I noticed about how hospitals can provide the best medical treatment to their patients.
Question 3 to 4. Describe a picture. In this part of the test, you will describe the picture on your screen in as much detail as you can. You will have 45 seconds to prepare your response. Then you will have 30 seconds to speak about the picture.
Begin preparing now.
Một cái sự kiện này. đánh gà. Backstage, backstage, backstage. This is a picture of backstage. Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Source manual label in these pages. One of them. One of them is blue weather. One of them is too close. The elders is holding a broom to dust the way. Luxus, rest, buck, sick, backstage, manuals, labels. There are two manual labels.
Begin speaking now.
This is a basis of a backstage. There are two manual labels. One of them includes clothes in buildings at a borders. The other is using a bronze. Is what just the words. In the background there is a large red box set structures with two doors in the sides. Maybe they are getting ready for a show.
Begin preparing now.
hội chùa. Một giảng viên dạy. Ông chủ. In the corner, on the one, on the right side. Presentation. Last. auditor room.
Begin speaking now.
This is a picture of auditor rooms. On the left side, a group of professors is giving a presentation. On the right side, students are sitting on the stacked bench, attentively listening to the lecture. In the background, there are two big display screens. It looks like a professionals and focused.
Questions 5 to 7. Respond to questions. In this part of the test, you will answer 3 questions. You will have 3 seconds to prepare after you hear each question. You will have 15 seconds to respond to questions 5 and 6, and 30 seconds to respond to question 7. Imagine a newspaper company is conducting research in your area about listening to an audio podcast. A podcast is an episodic series of digital audio files that a user can download to a personal device for listening. You have agreed to participate in a telephone interview about listening habits. When was the last time you listened to an audio podcast, and what was it about?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
The last time I listened to an audio podcast was last week and about marketing strategies. About the last time I listened.
And what was it about? Series of digital audio files that a user can download to a personal device for listening. You have agreed to participate in a telephone interview about listening habits. When was the last time you listened to an audio podcast, and what was it about?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
The last time I listened to an audio podcast was last week about the news. The last time I listened to an audio podcast was last week. about the weather. Forecast says it will rain tomorrow. The last time I listened to an audio podcast about the weather forecast was last week.
Would you listen to a podcast when taking a train or bus? Why or why not?
Begin preparing now.
Would you want to tôi không thừa I don't often listen to a podcast when taking a train or bus. I don't listen choose a podcast when tech choose or change workers because I usually read stories or observe the surrounding.
Begin speaking now.
I don't listen to a podcast when taking a train on bus because I usually read stories or about the surroundings.
What are the advantages of listening to an audio podcast instead of reading a book?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
There are many advantages of listening to a audio podcast instead of reading a book. The first one is observe.
Observe. Observe.
Surrounding. Observe surrounding. Firstly, is with Jack situations on the ears. Secondly, is more convenient because you can listen while doing other activities instead of having to focus exercising.
What are the advantages of listening to an audio podcast instead of reading a book?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
I think there are many expensive products is text without stress on the eye. Secondly, is more convenient because you can listen while doing other activities instead of having to focus solely on reading a book. For example, I can listen to audio podcast while
Questions 8 to 10. Respond to questions using
Begin speaking now.
There are many advantages. First, it helps reduce the strain on the eyes. Secondly, it's more convenient because you can listen while doing other activities. For example, I can listen to audio podcast while exercising. That's why I think so.
Questions 8 to 10. Respond to questions using information provided. In this part of the test, you will answer 3 questions based on the information provided. You will have 45 seconds to read the information before the questions begin.
Eyes, activities. Activities.
You will have 3 seconds to prepare after you hear each question. You will have 15 seconds to respond to questions 8 and 9. and 30 seconds to respond to question 10.
Begin preparing now.
Hi, I am very interested in the Conference of Business Lawyers in January. Could you answer a few questions about the conference schedule? What are the dates of the conference, and how much is the attendance fee?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
The Conference of Business Lawyers will be started on January 29th and 29th and 13th. The attendance fees is $115. Lawyers. The Conference of Business Lawyers will be held on January 26th and 13th. The attendance fees is $115.
Now.
150.
Begin speaking now.
The Conference of Business Lawyers will be held on January 29th and 15th. The attendance fees is $100. $100. $150.
I heard that the conference will be held in Charles Hotel, right?
Begin preparing now.
I heard that the conference will be held in Charles Hotel, right?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
I'm sorry, but you have got the wrong information. All substance of conference is main house, dancing hotels.
I heard that the conference will be held in Charles Hotel, right?
Begin preparing now.
I heard that the conference will be held in Charles Hotel, right?
Begin preparing now. Begin speaking now.
Um, um, I'm sorry, but you have got the wrong information. The confidence of business leaders as dancing hotels.
I am very interested in special events that take place after lectures and workshops each day. Could you give me all the details about the sessions that will take place at the end of each day?
Begin preparing now.
There are two sections after lectures and
Begin
workshops.
speaking now.
There are two sessions after lectures and workshops. The first one is social hours in room 101. It's room 101 starts at 2:50 p.m. and ends at 3:15 p.m. Presented by Morals and Misters. These are the ones. The other ones in award ceremonies.
Begin speaking now.
There are two sections after lectures and workshops starts at 2:30 p.m. and ends at 3:13 p.m. The first one is social hours in room 101. Presented by Mora and Mr. These are the ones is award ceremonies is bedrooms.
Question 11. Express an opinion. In this part of the test, you will give your opinion about a specific topic. Be sure to say as much as you can in the time allowed. You will have 30 seconds to prepare. Then you will have 60 seconds to speak. Do you agree or disagree with the statement? A training course on how to work in a team is very necessary for company employees.
Begin preparing now.
Is very items I would read. Operation efficiency to serve or kill nation. Attention which cost-cutting works are very important for employees. Moreover, this improves the organization efficiencies of these organizations. For example, when team members communicate effectively as collaborate well, users can be communist factors and with priority. Items furnish cost on team.
Begin speaking now.
I think sharing costs on teamwork are very important for employees. Morals, they improve the operations efficiencies of the organization. For example, before attending the training, employees often interacted leaders and worked individually with lows and efficiencies. After the training, team members communicated effectively and cooperated well. Enabling was to be complex, fast and with high quality. That's why I think so. Interacted
efficiency, efficiency,
efficiencies, importance, open ways, efficiencies,
operational,
operations, operations. I think some are very important in this course. Operations, efficiencies, operational efficiencies of the organization. For example, in my company, before attending the trainings, employees often interact leaders and work individually with low efficiency. After the training, team members communicated effectively as collaborators collaborated well and brings the results to be completed faster and with higher quality.